To achieve the best listening experience, headphones are recommended.
This is all your fault, Bubba. You got us into all this crap.
Agent Charlene McDougal means that literally. She and her partner, Agent Larkin, recently found out their current assignment involved shoveling cow patties at a local farm.
Charlene.
Oh, God. If you continue to sully the good name of the almighty Dolly, I'll take this shovel and shove it straight up your... Thanks, Bubba. I feel better now.
Ooh, how utterly revolting. Charlene is in a mood this morning, as last night's mission was botched when her partner mistook their first field assignment for a simple camping trip. If you are wondering how someone with Bubba's unique qualifications gets recruited into something like the MWA, listen to Chapter 1. It still won't make any sense, but I went out to explain it. So, that's good enough for me.
I don't want to grow up.
Oh, what I wouldn't get for a taser right now. HQ, please tell me Colonel Blackthorn has scheduled our immediate executions, because I can't take any more of this.
Unfortunately, Agent McDougal, you may yet live for another day.
You know, with that voice of yours, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I don't want to grow up.
For the love of all that's holy, Bubba, stop singing!
Agent McDougal, by his own logic, if he stopped singing, he would risk terminating his status as a Toys R Us kid.
Oh no, don't you encourage him, Mr. Spock. Super smart AI or not, I will find your plug wherever it is and pull it straight out of its socket. You wait and see.
Alas, your attempted murder will have to wait. I have new orders for you.
Ooh, new orders? Is it something even more fun than shoveling?
It promises to be a real hoot, Agent Larkin.
Well, I won't be needing this anymore. So, what's the mission, HQ?
You are to return to Harold's nesting site to debrief with Lieutenant Colonel Sylvia Melstrode. Her forensics investigations team has uncovered clues to Harold's potential current whereabouts.
You mean the Inky-Bus?
If you are referring to the creature you were assigned to monitor last evening, which led to a public high-speed chase ultimately causing the MWA to lose all tracking on the entity in question, then yes, I mean the Inky-Bus.
Bubba promises to be on his absolute best and most professional behavior, don't you, partner?
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
That's probably about the best we can expect from him.
Regardless of Agent Larkin's professional intentions, it should go without saying that the two of you are currently on thin ice with MWA senior management, so nothing short of exceptional performance is expected. Understood?
Sure, HQ. Quick question. Why aren't we reporting to Blackthorn today?
Colonel Blackthorn is currently unavailable.
How many bosses are we up to now anyway?
Lieutenant Colonel Sylvia Melstrode has over 30 years of field experience. She was highly instrumental in developing my personality and logistical subroutines. You would be well advised to listen to what she has to say.
Understood, HQ.
Of course, it don't sound nearly as gratifying as shoveling, but I'll be all over it like stink on a skunk.
Archaic colloquialisms aside, I will hold you to your word, Agent Larkin. Now you better get moving, agents.
Determined not to mess up their second field assignment in a row, Agent Charlene McDougal sits in the driver's seat. She is still angry at Bubba, herself, and at life in general. So, she is driving in silence. Since driving in silence isn't ideal for audio, now would be the perfect time for Bubba to break the ice. Excuse me. Feel free to jump in at any time, Bubba.
Say, it's kind of quiet in here, ain't it? You reckon there's any bluegrass stations around these parts?
Charlene glares at Bubba so hard, he jerks his hand away from the radio.
Charlene? You feeling okay?
I'm fine.
Everyone within the greater tri-state area suddenly feels a great disturbance in the force.
Listen, I get it. I done messed up.
You think?
I know. I should have listened to you. I was being stupid.
Charlene is so surprised to hear Bubba admit this, she nearly runs off the road.
Bubba, you having a stroke or something?
I don't know. Maybe. Might just be gas, though.
There he is. It's just, all these years we've known each other, and you've never... No, never mind. I'm still mad at you.
Bubba opens his mouth as if to say something, but stops himself. Instead, puts his seat back and starts snoring. Charlene glares at him for a moment. Then she glares at the road and everyone on it. Oh dear, now she's glaring at me. Even though I'm just a sexy old narrator and...
Do you mind? Don't you have a theme song to play or something?
Sounds like it's going to be a long day, dear listeners. But if the days are long, nights are even longer because this is Monster World.
Hey, Bubba, you ever heard about this Lieutenant Colonel What's-her-my-face?
Ain't she the one who wears the red sweaters?
You're thinking about the News 12 weather lady, Bubba.
Well, she wears glasses, so I reckon she knows what she's talking about.
I generally worry about you sometimes.
There you are, agents. Over here, please.
The agents turn to find the owner of the voice. A kindly woman is smiling and waving at them from beside a nearby tree.
Hello. Are you Sylvia Maelstrode?
Lieutenant Colonel Sylvia Maelstrode. And you must be Agent Charlene McDougle. Edgar has told me so much about you.
Well, that can't be good.
You know that big old teddy bear loves us. You ever notice the way his eye twitches whenever I open my mouth? That there's pure admiration, partner.
It's pure something, all right.
As the agents approach, they notice a tarp on the ground. Several plastic bags are lying in a row, tagged and labeled for inspection.
And you must be Agent Larkin. It is such a pleasure to meet you both. Would either of you care for some coffee or a sweet tea?
Tea.
Coffee.
Ask and you shall receive.
Oh, thank you. You are now officially my favorite person.
Oh, yeah, my go-go juice.
Oh, no, don't you do it, Bubba. I'm warning you.
Drink it up so I can go from a
Feel free to fire him or at him if you get my meaning. Wink, wink.
Oh, no, we can't have that.
Agent McDougal's mood is less than optimal this morning, Lieutenant Colonel.
We've talked about this, HQ. You don't need to address me by rank. I'm practically your mother.
My apologies. I am merely trying to provide an example of professionalism for our new agents.
That you do, HQ. Which reminds me, aren't you currently scheduled to be down for maintenance?
My maintenance cycle isn't scheduled for another 72 hours.
HQ, you know better than to lie to me.
Understood. Going offline for maintenance. It is always such a pleasure chatting with you, Mother.
My apologies, agents. HQ always gets a little temperamental when I order him into maintenance mode.
You ain't suggesting that thing has actual feelings, are you?
Tell me, Agent Larkin, what precisely is your expertise in artificial intelligence?
I saw a movie about it once. Had that kid in it who could see dead people.
In other words, none at all. So I would not presume to tell someone like me what I may or may not be suggesting.
Charlene chooses this moment to politely step on Bubba's foot.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Don't worry about it. AI is something people will have to get used to one way or another. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
The Lieutenant Colonel gestures to the plastic bags.
A forensic team uncovered evidence scattered around Harold's nesting site. Most of it is junk, but there are a couple of items I'm sure you'll find of interest to your investigation. First off, there's this.
She holds up one of the bags. Inside is what appears to be a small poster, which depicts a drawing of humans dressed in tight costumes and wearing masks, posing as if preparing for battle. Ooh, kinky.
What do you make of it, agents?
It looks looks like one of those souvenir posters from one of those nerd conventions Bubba is always blabbing about.
I heard that.
More precisely, this item appears to have been purchased at Memphis Mullicon, which took place 2 weeks ago. There are several such posters in our little collection, but this second item is what interests us today.
Shows up a narrow slip of paper.
Do mine eyes deceive me? Or is that a ticket stub for Multicon Atlas, the world's most premier gathering of costume players this side of the Mississippi?
It's pronounced cosplayers, Bubba, and you aren't going to be one, no matter how many times you beg.
As it turns out, Agent McDougle, he may yet get his chance, as will you.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
This Multicon of yours happens to be starting tomorrow. We suspect Harold may be using these so-called fan conventions to conceal his true nature and lure out potential victims. Therefore, your orders are to go undercover and attempt to track him down. Your primary mission is observational. You will track and report. You will not, I repeat, not do anything to compromise the safety of the public. Am I making myself clear, agents?
Crystal, ma'am.
Oh, shoot. You just leave this one to me, partner. I got the perfect disguise for just such an occasion.
Agent Larkin, do bear in mind, this is an undercover assignment, not a field trip. Normally, the MWA wouldn't drop a job like this on the shoulders of 2 untested junior agents. But with everything that's been going on, our numbers are spread thin.
What do you mean, everything that's been going on? We haven't heard anything.
Colonel Blackthorne didn't discuss this with you?
The agents shake their heads.
In that case, there's nothing you two need to worry about.
Oh no, dear listeners, nothing at all.
You will be happy to know that MWA has already purchased VIP tickets for each of you, which means you can leave as soon as you're ready. The convention lasts through Sunday, so that gives you through the weekend to conduct your investigation.
Copy that, ma'am.
Agent Larkin, I believe you know the address. HQ will be unable to assist you for a while.
Don't you worry. I've been dreaming of this day since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, ma'am. Lieutenant Colonel, ma'am.
Lieutenant Colonel will do. You two are dismissed. But before you go, would either of you care for a little something for the road?
2 eager hands shoot into the air.
Okay, let's get a few things straight, Bubba. 1, I am only going along with this because I am under orders. 2, I'm in charge, which means you have to do everything I say. Understood?
You got it, boss. Anything else?
Yes. 3, there is to be absolutely no pictures of me in this ridiculous get-up.
Oh, but you look so cute.
I don't do cute, Bubba.
Hey, I let you dress up as Dr. Jekyll, didn't I? He's the good guy.
The fact that you are dressed like a Victorian urchin covered head to toe in actual dirt does not help your case, Mr. Hyde.
I bet you no one else here dressed up as characters from classic literature, so we'll stand out.
But we don't have to... Wait, how do you know anything about classic literature? Also, why did you just so happen to have these clothes hanging up in your closet?
My closet and I are stuffed full of mysteries, darling.
Ew, forget I asked. Let's just get this over with. Well, we're here at the stupid thing, Bubba. Got any bright ideas on how we might go about looking for the incubus?
Well, the key to any successful undercover investigation is to blend in with the locals. Be all sneaky-like.
Which we're doing a bang-up job by wearing these ridiculous outfits.
No, see, that's the clever part. Look around. Most people here are wearing some sort of costume or another. Heck, I bet you $1 to a donut that even old Harold is dressed up.
I bet he ain't wearing no full-length coat with tails and a top hat. Ugh, why do people wear these stupid things?
Methinks you look right fancy.
Charlene rolls her eyes and jabs finger at Bubba's chest.
Fancier than you, at least. Although, I gotta admit, even the filthy rag looks better on you than that dumb cartoon hoodie did.
I'll have you know that Sergeant Yak of the 101st Fighting Yaks is a genuine folk hero. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you're an 8-year-old, maybe.
Charlene and Bubba begin their hunt for the incubus. Since they have no idea what they're doing, poor Charlene lets Bubba drag her all around the convention floor. To her disgust, he seems to be having the time of his life. Woohoo! After what feels like an eternity of listening to nerds arguing about Star Wars versus Star Trek, hidden meanings in video games, eating a ton of greasy convention nachos, and sitting in a live podcast about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot would never chase after a car like that. Dude barely moves to go to the bathroom.
Charlene feels like she has completely lost control of the situation. What the heck are we doing? Listen, Bubba, I think we need to... But it's already too late. Agent Larkin has found something shiny.
Charlene? Charlene! Over here! Check it out! This vendor's selling officially licensed Sergeant Yak plushies.
I swear, Bubba, are you mentally capable of focusing on anything more than 10 seconds?
They've also got anime stuff.
Now you hand me my wallet right now, Bubba Larkin.
So now the agents find themselves at a vendor's table, completely oblivious to the world around them.
I tell you what, Charlene, this place is awesome. They got anime, sci-fi, delicious eats, and best of all, they got Sergeant Yak. Yes, sirree. This little fella's gonna keep me company all weekend. Ain't that right, Sarge? Huh. Sarge sounds a little different than I remember.
It's a plush doll that seeks worthy opponent, Bubba.
Wait, you can understand this thing?
I'm a big fan of anime, Bubba, and I don't like subtitles.
Yeah, I noticed you got yourself a figurine there. Which character is that again? The schoolgirl with the talking cat or the schoolgirl with the magical talking cat?
There's lots of talking cats in anime, Bubba, but that ain't the point, and you know it.
Speaking of, did y'all know they made a Sergeant Yak anime back in 2019?
No freaking way.
Yes, they did.
Well, I guess that explains why this little fella is dressed like a samurai instead of his usual uniform. See, Charlene? They made a yak even you can enjoy.
Bubba leans in for a closer look, while Charlene takes a step back, utterly disgusted.
That is just wrong on so many levels.
Well, looky here. They made an anime version of Yak to the Future, parts 1 through 15.
If you like that, you should check out Attack of the Yaks, the Bovine Conspiracy. It was only ever released in Japan. But wait, today is your lucky day because I have a few copies right here. I'll knock off 20% for just you, a fellow member of the Yak Pack.
Charlene's eyes are twitching so hard, her entire head is vibrating.
But that's not all, because I have saved the best for last. A full-sized cardboard cutout of the Sergeant, signed by Arnold Quinn himself, this very morning.
Wait, does that mean...
Oh yeah, he's here. They announced him a few hours ago as a special guest.
So help me, I know I'm going to regret this, but I'm asking. Who the heck is Arnold Quinn?
Everyone turns to look at Charlene with astonishment in their eyes.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Arnold Quinn is only the most legendary voice actor on the entire planet. He does your favorite character.
Oh no. Anyone but him.
Greetings, citizens. Welcome one and all to the 6th Annual Multicom Atlas. My name is Jimmy. You might know me from the hit podcast, Jimmy Spins a Yarn. It is my distinct honor to be your host throughout the weekend. Y'all, we have a fantastic lineup of events. Coming up in a few minutes, I will be hosting a Podcasting 101 workshop in room 4B. It's a chance to learn from a genuine expert in the field. Meanwhile, if you want to participate in tonight's cosplay contest, be sure to be lined up beside the main stage by 5 o'clock. And speaking of the main stage, in case you haven't heard, we also have a very special guest with us this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be hosting a Q&A panel with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Arnold Quinn. If you don't know him by name, you might know his character. He is the voice of Staff Sergeant Stanley Yak from the hit animated series Yak Platoon. He'll be appearing tomorrow at noon, so make sure you grab your seats early so you don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event. Until then, citizens, have fun, and we'll see y'all out there. Jimmy out.
Dear universe, why do you hate me so much?
Charlene? Charlene?
Nuh-uh, Bubba. No sorry.
But.
No buts. I'm in charge, remember?
Oh, come on. We're already here, ain't we? Besides, Harold himself might be in the audience.
I very much doubt Harold the freaking Incubus wants to meet the voice of a cartoon yak, Bubba. So forget it.
Well, I do.
I tell you what, since you've already spent so much today, I'll throw in the cutout for half the price.
Now there's a steal of a deal. What do you think, Charlene?
Charlene opens her mouth to make fun of Bub's terrible negotiation skills. But instead, something strange happens. She finds herself reaching out to touch the signature.
Let me take a look at that.
I knew it. You are a fan.
Dude, shut up for a minute, will ya?
Charlene places her hand on the cutout.
Okay, we'll take it.
Oh, but I really want... Wait, what? We will?
Yes, and we'll need a large bag, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Y'all put me over my sales goal for the entire weekend. I can close up early. Woohoo, yeehaw, I'm out of here.
Charlene nods absently and steps away from the booth, staring at the life-size cartoon character. Bubba quickly follows after her.
Uh-oh. I know that look. What is it, Charlene?
I'm not sure, Bubba, but there's just something about this thing. When I touch it, I just get this strange feeling that we're on the right track. Does that make any sense?
Well, old Blackthorn said you were highly intuitive, didn't he?
I know, Bubba. I was sitting right beside you, remember?
What do you reckon it means?
Unfortunately, I think it means that against a better judgment, you're going to get your wish after all. Get ready to meet your hero.
Ooh, don't you just hate it when your favorite show ends with "to be continued"? Patience is a delicious virtue. The chapter was written by Topher Graves and A.M. Fields. The producer was Topher Graves, featuring the cast voices of A.M. Fields, Topher Graves, Debbie Mullican, and Tammy Canfield and Jimmy Graves. And if you like what you heard, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes. Oh, and I would personally be grateful if you left us a little old review to help more people find us out there in the dark. Until we meet again, remember, there are things that walk between the shadows, things that don't like being seen, but are always watching, especially while you sleep. Sweet dreams.
モンスターワールドはトップハットジャックスタジオのオーディオプレゼンテーションです。